Hello everybody, my name is Jose Armenta and I would like to introduce you to my game, Gaia War. Let's get started. Gaia War is a combination of board and card game. It was designed to play like chess, but with an addition of cards. Gaia is a land of the light and the dark. By the banner you can see it is a fantasy world of mice. The gist of the background story is the last battle between the light and the dark. The story is only an addition and does not require to know to play. Okay, let's continue with the unboxing. First and foremost, the box is a 10.5 by 10.5. As you unbox, you will see 4 bags, a board, and a rulebook. The 2 bags with the blue cards are the decks. Each set consists of 32 cards, and each card is displayed in detail on the note card. Next, you will find 2 yellow card bags. The first bag contains player pieces. Exactly what pieces is detailed on the card. The second bag contains the battle dice, damage counter dice, movement dice, and the 2 specialty owl cards. Next is the rulebook. The rulebook guides you. It is required to read the rulebook before play. Last is the board. The board unfolds to be 18 by 18. Now I will go more into detail on the dice. There are 2 battle dice, 1 per each player. The dice are 1 through 6. However, in this game, 50 is a maximum HP. Therefore, it's 1 through 5. The number 6 is a 0. No hit. Next are the damage counters. Each player receives damage counters and movement dice. And last are the owl cards. These are the 2 specialty owl cards the player gets when he or she defeats the fortress. We will go more into detail in the game. Now I will briefly show you the deck. So the deck comes with 3 archer cards, 2 battle axe cards, 4 swordsman cards, 2 mage cards, 2 ninja cards, 3 shieldsman cards. Now those are your soldier cards. You need those to battle in the game. Without any on board, you lose. Next are the item cards. 3 health herb cards. 3 energy cards. 2 power attack cards. 2 shield guard cards. 2 health guard cards. 2 bolt cards. And 2 speed up cards. These will be explained thoroughly. Now I will show you a brief demonstration on how to get started with the game. First off, a dice is rolled to see who goes first. Highest goes first. Once that is established, each player draws 3 cards. You must have a soldier card to continue to the next step. You place your soldier card down, and I got an archer, which means I get a brown cursor on the board. You always begin on the first row. And remember, the opponent cannot attack you while your cursor is on the first row. It's like a defense wall. So now that the cursor is placed, I either put an item card for him to hold, or I continue. In this case, I'll put the power attack card on him. Now I choose either to attack or to move. And since it's the first turn, you need to move. 6. That gives me 6 spaces to move. And remember, each player card has a different movement. So the manual, or excuse me, the rule book tells you all the movements are available. In this case, the archer can move forward, left, right, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's my turn again. I draw a card. I got a swordsman, and I want to put him into play. And remember, you can choose any spot on the first row when you start. Now, move my character. 1. I'll choose to move the swordsman. There. I want to attack. I can attack with the archer. Because it's 3 spaces diagonal. 3 spaces to the right. 3 spaces back. Or 3 spaces left. Now, this is when the battle die comes into play. Remember, 6 is 0. It's 1 through 5. 5 being a knockout. 1 being the lowest. Excuse me, 1 being the lowest, but 0 being nothing. No attack. 4. So I hit that player 4. Now, on the opponent's side, he just got damaged 4, which is 40 HP. This is where you use the counter die. This die counts as a counter to keep track of how much damage your soldier cards have. In this case, 40 damage, 40 damage. 4. Next, I will demonstrate how to attack the fortress. When the player reaches a certain position where he or she can attack, then you can decide to attack the fortress, which is this middle circle. The fortress has 100 HP, so it would take 2 5 die to knock it out. Now, you roll the battle die, in this case 1, that's 10. So now you damage a 10. You use the damage counter die to keep track of how much damage you have. If the opponent decides to attack the fortress, then their damage counter would go in a different spot, so that way they could make sure they know how much damage they have caused the fortress. The first player to attack the fortress 100 damage receives the specialty owl card, which I can show you is this card. Now, when the owl card is placed in the middle, it means that one of the players has received the owl card. When that happens, they get the black player piece, and you can put it anywhere on the map. This is where strategy comes into play. You get 3 turns with this cursor and move 6 spaces in any direction and knock out any opponent in the way. For this example, I'll put it right here, and I will demonstrate how this works. Now, let's say it's my turn. Okay, now I want to attack with the owl. So that's 1, knocked out that opponent. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, until you reach the 6th space. Next, if there's an opponent over here, then I have 6 spaces that I could go. After my next turn, then I go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and knock out that one. Now, the last turn. You get 3 turns to move 6 spaces any direction. Now, let's say the opponent is right there. I don't need to move all 6 spaces, but if I do, it's the same thing. I will attack the player in 1 hit KO. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. 3 turns have gone by. I move 6 spaces, and I knock down 3 of the enemy player pieces. The owl's turn is done. Now the owl cannot be used in the game. Last thing I want to say is a simple way to remember how to play is easy. First, it's your turn. Draw a card. Place a card. Boost your player. Move your player. Then attack. End of turn. Next person's turn. Now I'll demonstrate how each player card works. We'll begin with the archer card. Brown cursor. Now, these characters can hit 3 spaces to the left, to the right, back, forward, and has a unique ability of hitting diagonally 3 spaces as well. So if this player was to be here, he'd be able to hit that target, he'd be able to hit this target, and he'd be able to hit this target. That's the Archer card. Next is the Battle Axe card. This cursor's in blue, and his unique ability is that he hits his surroundings, which means he'll hit this space, 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 and this space. So therefore, if there's enemies on all spaces, he literally attacks all with whatever the die roll. So he will attack every single one of them. That's the Battle Axe. Next card is the Mage card. The Mage is similar to the Archer, except his reach is farther. So let's say that the Mage card landed there. Now he wants to attack. He can attack diagonally, 4 spaces, straight or back, 4 spaces, and in this case, he's got a target right there. That's 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So roll the die. 5. 50 points, knocked him out. That's how the Mage card works. Last card is the Ninja. The Ninja card can be seen as probably the most powerful card in the deck. Why? Because even though he can only attack 1 space, diagonal, left, right, back, or forward, he attacks double. So what you get on your first die, plus what you get on your second die, he will attack that full amount. In this case 60, which would be he'll knock out one of these other pawns. So that's the Ninja card. Next is the Swordsman. The Swordsman is the most common card. However, his attack is standard. By that I mean he can only attack straight, back, left, and right. He cannot attack diagonal or cannot move diagonal. So in this case, he has 2 targets he could attack. Either the purple Mage or the black Owl. You just roll a die, 3, and you hit one of them, 30 points. That's a Swordsman. Now, the Shieldsman. The Shieldsman is very unique. As he attacks, he travels. By that I mean, let's say you were going to attack 30 points to the Battle Axe. This means that you'd go back 1, 2, on the 3rd spot you would land. However, you just damage this cursor 30 damage on the way there. Now an alternative is if he attacks and there's a soldier, enemy soldier behind that soldier that he's attacking, he attacks him as well. 1, 2, 3. So he will attack both of these. He's a very unique card because he's the only card that will travel as he attacks. So basically, he goes over 2 spaces and lands in the 3rd space. If any enemy in between there gets attacked. That's the Shieldsman. Now the last thing I want to explain is the use of item cards. The item cards are attached behind each card, or the card that the player wants to put item on. For example, I have a speed up card. This card allows the player to move twice throughout his play. So I'll put that behind the Mage. This means that as he moves throughout his life, as whatever he gets on, he needs to do it twice. So if it's 6, 3, then it's 3 more. It's 6. So he'll move 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Now, the second card that I want to demonstrate is the Power Attack card. The Power Attack card is placed behind the Soldier card as well, and he has it throughout his life. So, but now, whoever holds the Power card is double damage. So whatever he gets on the battle die, you double that, and that's the damage he gets. And the last card I want to demonstrate is called the Bolt card. The Bolt card is placed behind the card as well, and it stays throughout the play. However, the specialty about the Bolt card is that when the player holding the Bolt card is knocked out, he automatically revives to full health, giving him 2 lives. Those are just some of the item cards. All item cards are explained thoroughly in the rulebook. That has been a brief introduction of Gaia War. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. Please add a comment. If you'd like to get a copy of the game, you could also leave me a comment and we'll work something out. Alright, thank you for watching.